I said it was good, but not what I was looking for, honestly. I've been conditioned to expect like a deep song with a story attached to it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not racist. Will this be the album that helps him solidify himself in that mainstream? And I think it has the possibility to do it. He has all the tools. As far as the lyrics are there, the storytelling is there, and he has also that melodic sound. What's going on, y'all? Back here again for the third episode of the Catch Up Podcast. So tonight, I'm not going to be doing any album reviews. Nothing really came out this week that I'm really interested in. I know Lil Yachty came out, but after that debut album, I'm not giving that guy another chance. That album was trash.
Throw it in rice.
What?
Throw it in rice.
Okay, let's roll a snippet, please.
And I'm not going to put myself through that again. So no, I'm not going to be reviewing that album. But I'm aware that it did come out. If y'all got some tracks y'all want to put down below that I should direct my attention to, maybe I'll give it a try. But as far as a full album listen, no. Let's see, I think Future and Juice WRLD came out with a collab album or something like that as well. I'm not really familiar with Juice WRLD yet, so that might have to be something I, check into. But other than that, nothing really came out this week that I was, anticipating or looking forward to. So no album reviews this week. But tonight's episode, I'm going to be talking a lot about Joyner Lucas. He must have saw my last episode, where basically, I was saying that I was basically asking where the music was because I haven't heard anything solo-wise from Joyner Lucas. Besides, the collab he did with Eminem, I haven't heard anything else from him. So he must have saw that episode because he put that new track out this week, and I'll be talking about that. So yeah. Then later on in the episode, gonna have my conversational piece about Kendrick Lamar and what I feel his top 5 best stories that he's told as far as his songs. So I'm gonna be getting to that. So that should be a fun one to talk about. But yeah, with that being said, those are basically the topics that I'm gonna be going over with in this show. So with that being said, let's get caught up, shall we? Okay, so apparently it's Joyner's season. He's getting ready to do a new album. Just came out with this track called I Love, which I'm about to get into that in just a minute. I've already done my reaction on that song. I figured I'd do a reaction video, even though I don't know if that's gonna be a thing that I add to the channel, reaction videos. I think, honestly, I think my video I just did, I thought it was kind of trash, and I might just delete it. But if y'all want to know my initial thoughts on the track, go watch that episode. But I'm gonna rehash a lot of my thoughts of what I thought about it as far as my little mini review I'm about to do on here. But I do want to retract the statement I made in my earlier video, which I'll get into in just a minute. But yeah, I Love, new track by Joyner Lucas. I said it was good, but not what I was looking for, honestly. I've been conditioned to expect like a deep song with a story attached to it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not racist. Things along those lines. Ross Cappuccioni. If you're a Joyner fan, you know all his videos. But I didn't get that with this song, and I understood, he's, got an album he's got to get ready to put out, and I'm guessing this is an album this time. This is supposed to be an album, if I'm not mistaken. The last project was not an album per se, it was a mixtape or whatever. I hate when rappers do that, put out a mixtape even though it sounds like an album. I still don't understand that. But we're living in a new age of streaming, and albums are mixtapes, and mixtapes are albums, so whatever. But yeah, as far as gearing up for this album, he probably needs going for a radio single with this track called I Love. As far as the video, compared to his other videos, nothing really stood out to me as far as like the way it was shot, or there wasn't like any concept to it like his other videos. I don't think it was really meant to be. This is basically, it sounds like a fun song that could be a radio single. And with this, it has, that basic formula with the auto tune. There was a little auto tune in his voice, and you also had like the 808 bass, all that stuff, and the production. So your normal formula for a radio hit. So, and I said last video, maybe I was tripping. I don't know why I said this. And this is the part I want to retract. I said I don't even hear this being on the radio. I think the reason I think that is because, number one, I'm in the South. And I don't think there's a lot of Joyner Lucas fans in the South. If there are, I don't know where they're at. But yeah, I guess it's just because it's a region I live in. And I really don't even listen to radio anyway, so what would I know? I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to retract that statement. I can totally hear this song on the radio. Like I said, it has that formula for a hit song. And I have grown in love with this chorus. I love this chorus, pun intended. And I've been pretty much singing this since the video dropped, at least, the hook of it anyway. But as far as like the lyrics and the flow, awesome as always. Not Kendrick. Jordan always does his thing. As far as, changing the flow within the song, doing the fast rap, and then slowing it down and picking it back up, things of that nature. He didn't really go like super fast in this song, which I kind of wanted to see. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the song and the video itself. But yeah, but like I said, it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. I don't think it was anything groundbreaking, but it is a good song, and it could possibly see some success as far as like the charts or radio and things like that, which I think is what he was going for. But as far as the album, ADHD is concerned, that's the name of the album's coming out. I'm expecting to hear more songs like that that are more radio friendly, but at the same time, I expect those songs with deeper meaning and a story behind it. And I think one of those songs is actually a new song with him and Eminem. They're supposed to be doing another collab. I'm super excited about that. And from what I hear, it's supposed to be one of those story-based songs. So we're going to see what happens with that, later down the line. That's all I really know about it right now. But yeah, as far as this album is really going to be important for him. Because I guess this is considered his debut album. And there's really that question, is Joyner going to be accepted into the mainstream? Even though he's had good looks, as like I said, he's collabed with Eminem. That was a big look for him. Also, he's done something with Chris Brown, even though I still don't know where Angels and Demons is. I'm still wondering. I guess we should just throw it in the bin with Detox, as we're never going to see that project come to the light. But with that being said, yeah, this is going to be an important album, and it's pretty much, I think it's going to kind of set the tone for his career, because it's kind of time, to put up or shut up. As far as his commercial success is concerned, and I want to see him succeed. I guess while I'm talking about commercial success, I guess I could bring in commercial sales. What's the expectation? I'm not really like the numbers guy. I'm not a DJ academics, but if I were to predict, I would say like 50, 60,000. I guess that's good for a debut album, but I don't see him going higher than 100,000. Just to be honest, I don't think the awareness is there. Besides, the little YouTube bubble of people that react to him and know about him, I don't think he's known on a grand scale. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to talk about as far as this album. I guess will this be the album that helps him solidify himself in that mainstream? And I think it has the possibility to do it. He has all the tools. As far as the lyrics are there, the storytelling is there, and he has also that melodic sound. So I mean, like all three of these qualities you find in some of like the top artists that are doing it. Like Kendrick and Cole, both of those guys are very well rounded. They're not just like super lyrical guys. They can also make that radio hit and be lyrical at the same time. And I think Joyner has the ability to do that as well. So yeah, I think that with this album, if the right moves are made, yeah, this could set him up as far as being one of those contenders, as far as like top hip hop artists is concerned. There is one more thing there that might hinder him, and Joyner, even with this song that he put out, he kind of has that, I guess, positive message kind of preachy thing going on. And I know some people like hate this about like J. Cole and Kendrick, and they say he's too preachy in his song, even though that really doesn't stop them from hitting the success that they've had. I think there was a line in his song about how people, how he says people think he's lame because he's sober or something along those lines. And he's gone out against like drug usage in his song with the thing, that remix. You know what I'm talking about? Mask Off. The Mask Off remix he was talking about. He doesn't do Molly or Percocets and all that stuff like that. So is that, that preachy positive vibe gonna go against him? I don't know. So I think that's pretty much gonna wrap it up on the Joyner thing. Tell me y'all thoughts down below in the comment section. And do y'all see this album getting huge success? What are your sales expectations? Do you think Joyner will finally be, recognized, solidified in the mainstream arena? So give me y'all thoughts down below. 2 songs on this one, which was Booed Up.
What are you talking about? Oh, have you not heard? It was my understanding that everyone had heard. Heard what? Brian, don't! Boot up. Boot up.
Alright, so there was my little jab at Boot Up, because we've just heard it so many times. I immediately skipped this. I didn't even bother listening to Boot Up. Everybody's heard Boot Up. Alright, so getting into the next conversation. Kendrick Lamar and his top stories ever told. What made me want to get into this, I saw a Genius article on Facebook, and they wrote an article about how Duckworth was the best story ever told. So I thought I'd come up with my top 5, even though I came up with 10 initially, but I wound it down to 5. So I'll give the bottom 5 be my honorable mention, so I'll get into that. But yeah, Kendrick is by far my favorite storyteller out of the current rappers, you can say. But also, before I get into my top 5, I want to point y'all towards my playlist on Apple Music. It's on Spotify too, but it's best if y'all listen on Apple Music. When I transfer my playlist from Apple Music to Spotify, things get kind of weird. Some tracks don't show up, some tracks are totally different. So it's just best if you listen on Apple Music if you have that. And basically, it's gonna be my favorite hip hop storytelling songs. I don't remember the actual name of the playlist, but I'll put it down in the description below. Follow with the link, and if you want to listen to that, it's like 3 hours long. I got a whole bunch of songs from Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Tupac, Eminem, Jay-Z, Royce the 5'9", and many others, if y'all want to go take a look at that. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into this top 5. But before I do that, let's talk about the honorable mentions. Really won't go into depth with these, but they are From To Pimp a Butterfly, Mama. Also from To Pimp a Butterfly, You. The next 3 are from Section 80, No Makeup, Tammy's Song, and Keisha's Song. So those were my 5 honorable mentions. So let's get into the top 5 and how I came up with my top 5. I didn't just go based off the story that was told within the song. I think like the production is also an important factor, as you know the instrument the instrumentals also plays a factor into the emotion that you feel when you're hearing a song. So I thought production would be an important thing in judging this as well. As far as the like the I guess the writing of the song, I also judge it based on like the complexity of the story that's being told within the song. Also replay value as well. So those are like the criteria that I'm using to judge this, my top 5 anyway. So with that being said, let's get into number 5 from To Pimp a Butterfly. My favorite song off the To Pimp a Butterfly anyway. How Much a Dollar Costs. Sadly, I had to put this down at the bottom of my list, even though I think this probably, next to Duckworth, I would say, has the best reveal or plot twist in the song. And of course, in this song, Kendrick is basically, I guess, being heckled by this poor guy or whatever. And then at the end of the song, the poor guy is revealed to be God. So I thought that was pretty dope how he did that at the end of the song. But as far as the production, you know, it's just a nice, slow, melodic beat with the piano playing in the background. But as far as production-wise, it was probably at the bottom of my list. So with that being said, like out of the other 4 that I have, I felt like the replay value on this was a little bit like less than the other songs. So that's probably why I put it like at the bottom, mainly because of production of the song. But as far as the story and the part at the end, I like that part. And Ronald Isley was also a good part to put into the song at the end of the song as well. So moving on to number 4, also off of To Pimp a Butterfly, was These Walls. Production on this was awesome. I love that jazzy beat all throughout the song, and I like how Kendrick Lamar compares, the walls, the female anatomy walls, and then transfers that into the guy being behind walls of a prison. And I like how he connected that story to Sing About Me, as this was the guy that shot Kendrick's brother, and he's in prison, and Kendrick is with his girl. And I kind of like the complexity and the connection that made from that album to the prior album. And so this landed this on number 4. Number 3. This was kind of a hard one, but I decided to put Duckworth on number 3. Simply because I thought, as far as like the story itself, it wasn't real complex. It did I did kind of like the twist of it, how not Kendrick, but how Top Dog, who is Anthony, met Kendrick's father. And then, if that event never happened of him deciding not to rob Kendrick's dad at the KFC, the whole Kendrick Lamar thing would have never came about, because he would have shot his father and Kendrick would have never been born, or something along those lines. So, but yeah, the story is pretty straightforward on that. But I do like the multiple beat switches as well. But as far as like a replay value, I don't see myself playing this song more than the other 2 that I have ahead of it. So let's go ahead and get into number 2. Number 2 would have to be Sing About Me. There was a hard choice between number 2 and number 1. Because Sing About Me is kind of a classic to me, because it's on Good Kid, Mad City, which is, a classic in itself. So that's why it was kind of hard for me to put Sing About Me in number 2. But yeah, Sing About Me, of course, the original connection to These Walls. and I like the different perspective that Kendrick talked about how his brother, his brother died, and also he brought, I'm not sure if I'm getting this right, Keisha's sister Tammy, which is basically speaking to him about her making a song about Keisha, and she basically got into the same lifestyle that Keisha got into as far as prostituting herself and things of that nature. And I like how the song transitions into the other song called Die I'm the Thirst, where Kendrick and I guess his homies, they basically looking for revenge, and they find a lady and they pray with her and all that stuff like that. So Sing About Me, number 2, as far as why I didn't put it number 1, of course, it's a little bit of a slower song as far as production wise, and I just don't see myself replaying it more than I have number 1. And number 1 is Off of Damn, Fear. And I like how Kendrick, he started out rapping from the perspective of his mother, talking about, I beat your ass if you jump on my couch, I beat your ass if you don't eat that pizza, I beat your ass if you don't do your homework. I like how he jumped from that, and then he did that 10-year time span as he went from 7, and then in the second verse he rapped from 17, being having a fear that he was gonna die out in the Compton streets, things of that nature, and then he moved 10 more years into 27, to where his fear was basically losing it all as far as his success in the music business, and losing his money, and getting screwed over financial wise. But aside from the complexity of the story and the transitions he made between each verse, I also like the production, the beat on here, and I just, it's no telling how many times I replayed this song. And even though Feel is not really a storytelling song, but it's like I still haven't made my decision on which song is my favorite off Damn. Either it's Fear or Feel, but I know storytelling wise, Fear is it. And as far as the replay value, I have Fear over every song on this list that I have. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my top storytelling Kendrick songs. I would love to hear your guys' opinions down in the comments below. Top 5, top 10, whatever, I don't care. I would love some interaction down in the comment box. But with that being said, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for me. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out. Don't forget to like and subscribe if y'all did enjoy tonight's content. I'll see you later.